It's been a while since I've done a video about Italian wines, so today I'm going to reveal 6 of my favorite Italian wine values. These wines range in price from $25 or so to a little more than $60 per bottle. They're mostly red wines, but I include one of my favorite Italian white wines as well. I've recommended the Grattamacco Bolgheri Superiore on this channel many times. That's an excellent wine that compares favorably with Sassicaia and Ornellaia at 1/3 of the price and certainly offers compelling value at around $100 per bottle. But today I'm going to feature another wine from Grattamacco, namely the Bolgheri Rosso. This impressive wine sells for only around $25 per bottle. The 2023 vintage is on store shelves now. This wine is a blend that consists of 30% of both Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, 25% Cabernet Franc, 10% Sangiovese, and 5% Petit Verdot. This wine is matured exclusively in neutral French oak. As such, it has impressive purity of fruit. This is a full-bodied wine with flavors and aromas that include mixed red and black fruit, floral notes, graphite, and mixed spice. There's ample acidity and an impressive finish for a wine at this price point. This wine comes in at 13.5% alcohol by volume. This wine will be better in another year or so, but in a pinch you can definitely enjoy it immediately with a healthy decant, and you can certainly enjoy it over the next 9 to 10 years or so. It's definitely one to buy in bulk, as you'll be glad to have this one in your cellar. It will be a tremendous cellar defender and give you lots of flexibility in your cellar. With Tignanello selling for around $200 a bottle these days, I'm feeling a bit like an old-timer. When I first started buying that wine, it was only around $80 to $90, and that was not that long ago, maybe 12 to 13 years ago. Fortunately, however, Marchesi Antinori also has an extremely impressive wine that I enjoy that comes from a vineyard that's very, very close to the Tignanello vineyard. While it does not yet have the fame and notoriety of the Tignanello vineyard, the Badia Passignano vineyard is also in an extremely impressive location. It's around 250 to 300 meters above sea level, and it's in a bit of a valley since it's surrounded by some hills on a couple of different sides. As such, the climate tends to be a little bit cooler here, and the grapes enjoy a long, extended growing season, which helps to preserve freshness and acidity in the wine. Better still, 2021 was one of the very best vintages ever in Chianti Classico. So the next top Italian wine value is the 2021 Marchesi Antinori Badia Passignano Chianti Classico Gran Selezione. This has been a wine that I've enjoyed for a number of years. Some of my favorite back vintages include 2010, 2016, and 2019, so definitely don't hesitate to pick some of those up as well if you find some of the bottles stored with good provenance. But the 2021 vintage is definitely one of the best vintages of this wine they have ever made. It was extremely well received by all the critics who have reviewed it. It sells for around $60 to $65 per bottle in the United States, and undoubtedly a little bit less than that in Europe. This wine has a red fruit profile with flavors and aromas that include cherry, pomegranate, wild herbs, licorice, and there's a bit of an alpine quality that I find intriguing as well. There's ample acidity and a long, complex finish. This is wine that's almost to the early stages of its drinking window, so you can enjoy it now with a healthy decant, but it's certainly a very age-worthy wine as well, so it's one that you could enjoy over the next 12 to 15 years. Next up is an extremely enjoyable Barolo from a top producer and an outstanding vintage that sells for only around $39 per bottle. This wine is made by a family-owned winery that traces its roots way back to 1890. At that time, it was owned and operated by Giuseppe Borgogno, but in 1935, Giuseppe Borgogno's son-in-law, Giacomo Damilano, took over the operation and subsequently made substantial progress in improving both the winemaking and the grape-growing practices. Damilano is well known for being one of the biggest landowners in the prestigious Canubi MGA. But today, I'm featuring a wine that's a blend of Nebbiolo from 5 different MGAs. This is the aptly named Lecinquevigne. For a wine that sells for only around $39 per bottle, critics certainly enjoyed and favorably reviewed the 2021 Damilano Barolo Lecinquevigne. You can expect a dark fruit profile with flavors and aromas that include leather, tar, floral notes, and mixed spice. There's a long, lingering finish and impressive acidity and freshness. Founded way back in 1893, Cantina Terlano is a quality-minded cooperative that helps to ensure quality by paying its growers based on the quality of the fruit and not the quantity. The vineyards are located in the Dolomite Mountains in the foothills of the Alps. These conditions are ideal for the production of high-quality Pinot Bianco, like this next top Italian wine value, namely the 2021 Cantina Terlano Vorberg Pinot Bianco Riserva. The fruit for this special wine is grown in vineyards that have extremely rocky soils at elevations ranging from 450 to 650 meters above sea level. During the day, these rocky soils absorb warmth and help to radiate it back to the vines at night when the temperatures drop dramatically, and there's extremely cool temperatures that help to preserve acidity and freshness in the grapes. The result is a serious, complex, age-worthy Pinot Bianco. This is a mineral-driven wine that's both concentrated yet extremely elegant. There's ample acidity and a creamy texture. Flavors and aromas include peach, apple, pear, chamomile, quince, and pineapple. It's definitely hard to resist this wine in its youth, but it's capable of aging up to 10 years, and it does gain some additional complexity. So I recommend buying multiple bottles and trying one immediately, and then saving some to enjoy over the years to follow. The 2022 vintage is out now, but I have a slight preference for the 2021 vintage, but you really can't go wrong with any vintage of this wine, as they do a consistently excellent job every year. If you shop around, you should be able to locate this bottle for around $49 in the United States. Montepulciano d'Abruzzo is a large wine region that is ideally and idyllically located between the Apennine foothills and the Adriatic Sea. The foothills provide some rocky sites with elevation, which is where many of the top wines are produced. Not surprisingly, Montepulciano is the dominant grape in Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, although some blends are permitted. Montepulciano has been a workhorse grape that's been used to produce affordable red wines in central Italy for many years, but it is certainly capable of producing very high-quality wines as well, such as the next top Italian wine value. Tiberio is one of my favorite producers of Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. They have some high-end wines that I really enjoy, but their entry-level wine, which is called the Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, sells for an extremely reasonable $25 per bottle, and the 2022 vintage is really an extraordinary value at this price point. While Montepulciano d'Abruzzo can be extremely tannic and have very grippy tannins, Tiberio did an excellent job with tannin management for this wine. They used some extremely gentle extraction techniques and also matured this wine for only 5 months in stainless steel. As a result, this wine is surprisingly smooth and approachable even in its youth. This wine comes in at 14.5% alcohol by volume. This wine is full-bodied and powerful, but simultaneously elegant and refined. There's pronounced aromatic and flavor intensity. The flavors and aromas include sour cherry, blueberry, violet, and wet stone. An extremely impressive wine that I think you will enjoy. Next up is a wine that comes from one of my favorite Italian producers. I visited this winery back in 2021 and had a tremendous experience. I came away very impressed with the quality of their wines and also their ability to age extensively. This is a family-owned and operated winery that started way back in the 1960s. This producer has 72 hectares of vineyards that are located at elevations ranging from 280 to 320 meters above sea level. Castello di Monsanto is located in San Donato in Poggio. They have an entire lineup of wines that I enjoy, but at the $29 price point, you can find the outstanding 2021 Castello di Monsanto Chianti Classico Riserva. This wine has offered exceptional value for many years. The 2016 and 2019 are two of my favorites and are also showing extremely well, but the 2021 vintage may go down as one of their best vintages ever. This highly acclaimed wine is a blend that's dominant in Sangiovese, which makes up 90% of the blend, and then there's 10% of indigenous permitted grapes included as well. This wine features flavors and aromas of mixed red and black fruit, violets, earth, and mixed herbs and spices. There's abundant acidity and an impressive finish. This is wine that you can enjoy immediately, but I found that it improves quite a bit with even another year or two of additional bottle age after release, and there's certainly no rush to drink it. I'm enjoying the 2016 vintage right now, and when I was at the winery, I tried some expressions with a couple decades of bottle age that were still showing well. So certainly a very long-lived wine, especially at this price point. If you're interested in visiting wineries the next time you're in Tuscany, be sure to check out this video that's linked above, which reveals some of my favorite wineries to visit in the Chianti Classico region, which is only 30 to 45 minutes from Florence.